What is the Chinese head tax? In the late 19th century, Canada welcomed the help of Chinese laborers to build valuable infrastructure, including the Canadian Pacific Railway. But laborers had to pay a price for entrance into the country. Under the Chinese Immigration Act of 1885, the Canadian government collected a head tax of $50. It was later raised to $100 and finally to $500. No other immigrant group in Canadian history has ever been forced to pay a levy based on country of origin. Chinese laborers, who are mostly men, earned $1 a day to build a railroad. From that payment, they had to buy their own food and equipment. They also sent money back home to their wives and families who were restricted from entering the country. In contrast, white workers were paid between $1.50 and $2.50 and had their provisions supplied. The head tax was in effect from 1885 to 1923. During the 38 years of the Chinese Immigration Act, about 82,000 Chinese immigrants paid nearly $23 million in tax. On July 1, 1923, a new Chinese immigration policy came into effect. The Chinese Exclusion Act banned Chinese immigrants to Canada, with few exceptions, until its repeal in 1947. That meant that those who'd come to Canada to work, who had paid their head tax and created a life in the country, couldn't vote, own land, bring their wives, children, or families to live with them. In addition, they couldn't practice law or medicine, hold public office, or seek employment in public works. This resulted in a legacy of broken families and lasting racism against Chinese people embedded in Canadian society. In 2006, the federal government under Stephen Harper set out to redress these unfair immigration policies that targeted Chinese people.
On behalf of the people and government of Canada, we offer a full apology to Chinese Canadians for the head tax and express our deepest sorrow for the subsequent exclusion of Chinese immigrants.
In addition to the public apology, the government issued $20,000 to the head taxpayers and the spouses of those who had died. The government also allocated funds for a national historical recognition program. This aimed to educate Canadians on the restrictive immigration policies and their effect on the Chinese Canadian community. While some community members were satisfied with the apology, others were unhappy that the payments didn't extend to later generations. They felt that would truly recognize the hardships families experienced and the institutionalized racism they faced in their adopted country.